Wow, family. Welcome back to another explosive, heartwarming and enlightening episode of the Royal Sussex Squad, the channel where we celebrate truth, integrity and above all, the unbreakable bond between Harry and Meghan. Today we have something truly fascinating to dive into. Something that reminds us that, at the end of the day, even after the storms and the chaos, love and family can prevail. Grab your tea, your coffee, your wine or your sparkling water and settle in, because we're about to unpack a major olive branch moment that could change the course of royal history forever. So what exactly happened? Why are people talking about an olive branch between Prince Harry and King Charles? And what does this mean for our favourite couple, Harry and Meghan, who have been through so much yet continue to rise above every single obstacle thrown their way? Let's get into it. Senior aides from Prince Harry's camp and King Charles's side actually met face-to-face in London recently. Let that sink in. After years of tension, bitterness, misrepresentation and outright attacks from the tabloids, we are finally seeing an actual move toward open communication, a step toward healing. And who made that step first? Harry. Yes, our fearless Duke of Sussex, the man with a heart bigger than any crown, the man who has always advocated for mental health and honesty. He once again showed the world what true leadership looks like. Harry has always wanted reconciliation. Remember his recent BBC interview where he openly stated that he wants peace with his family. He said, "I would love reconciliation with my family. There's no point in continuing to fight anymore." That's a powerful statement, because it shows maturity, love and the deep longing for connection that so many people tried to strip away from him with their hateful narratives. Now let's talk about this historic meeting. Meredith Maines, Harry's Chief of Staff and Communications Director, the powerhouse behind so many of Harry and Meghan's successful projects, flew in from Montecito to London. She met with Tobin Andrea, King Charles' Communications Secretary, and Liam Maguire, who handles UK press for Harry and Meghan. They gathered at the Royal Overseas League, a private members' club, just a stone's throw from Clarence House. Imagine the courage and strategic brilliance it takes to orchestrate such a meeting quietly, with no agenda forced upon them, no media circus, no performative handshakes for cameras. Just genuine conversation, real human connection, because that's what Harry and Meghan have always been about, authenticity. And I want us all to pause and appreciate what it means for Meghan as well. Let's not forget, this is a woman who was vilified from day one. She was painted as the villain simply for loving Harry and daring to speak her truth. And yet she stands strong beside her husband, empowering him to take steps like this, encouraging open dialogue and supporting the possibility of healing, not for appearances, but because family matters to them. For years the British media, those tabloid vipers, have tried to tear this couple down. They push narratives of Meghan as a diva, as manipulative, and as the supposed reason Harry abandoned his family. Let's set the record straight once and for all. Harry didn't abandon anyone. Harry escaped. He escaped an environment that was toxic to his mental health, to Meghan's well-being, and ultimately to their children's future. And Meghan? She didn't pull Harry away from his family. She gave him the strength to choose freedom over oppression. When Harry and Meghan stepped back in 2020, the media salivated at the chance to create a story of betrayal. But what did Harry actually say back then? That they wanted to carve out a progressive new role within the institution. They never slammed the door. They just wanted autonomy and peace. It was the institution and the media that slammed it shut. Fast forward to this recent meeting, what do we see? We see Harry once again proving that he never intended to cut off his family. He wants reconciliation, but on healthy terms. He wants accountability, honesty and respect. And you know who else benefits from this possible thawing of relations? Archie and Lilibet. Our little Sussex angels deserve a chance to know their grandfather. They deserve the chance to understand their roots, but not at the cost of their parents' dignity or safety. Harry and Meghan have always prioritised their children's well-being over any royal titles, over any gilded palaces. They chose love and safety over pageantry and performative traditions. This meeting is also a massive slap in the face to all those critics who said Harry and Meghan would come crawling back, begging for forgiveness, stripped of dignity. Look at what's actually happening. Harry's team is setting the tone, leading with grace and purpose, while King Charles' side finally recognises that alienating your own son is not a good look for the monarchy. It's also a moment to reflect on King Charles himself. Despite his flaws and questionable decisions in the past, he's still a father. Somewhere deep inside, he surely wants to have his family whole again. And Harry, in all his humanity, is offering him that chance. The question is, will Charles grab that olive branch with sincerity, or will he let the palace advisors and the archaic institution block this path forward? We also can't ignore the timing. This comes after Harry's highly successful initiatives like the Invictus Games, his global speaking engagements, and Meghan's unstoppable momentum with her brand ventures and charitable work. Their popularity is surging. Meanwhile, the institution clings desperately to outdated traditions and struggles to maintain relevance in an ever-evolving world. It's so easy to forget how young Harry was when he lost his mother, how he had to walk behind her coffin in front of millions of cameras. The trauma, the grief, and then growing up in an institution that refused to protect him or allow him to heal properly. Meghan came into his life and gave him the space to find himself again. She brought colour, light and love back into that broken boy's life. And now, as a father himself, Harry is modelling a new way forward, a way that prioritises mental health, emotional honesty and forgiveness, but never at the expense of self-respect. Let's also be clear. This meeting is just a first step. No one is saying everything is magically healed, but it's a beginning, and beginnings matter. Small gestures lead to big changes. And for Harry and Meghan, this is not about optics or PR games. It's about their values. I know some people will say, oh, they just want back into the royal fold for money and prestige. Please. Harry and Meghan have built an independent empire in the US. They don't need the royal machine. They don't need the gold-plated cages or tabloid-driven drama. They have Netflix, Spotify, book deals, business ventures, speaking engagements. They are thriving on their own terms. This meeting proves one thing loud and clear. Harry and Meghan are powerful, dignified and committed to family in a way most of their haters could never comprehend. And let's not forget, the British media is already panicking. Because when Harry and Charles move closer together, they lose their biggest cash cow of manufactured drama. Watch closely. They'll try to spin this into some sinister plot or pretend Meghan is controlling Harry. We know the playbook, we see them. And we will not be fooled. This is about love. This is about healing. And this is about showing the next generation, Archie and Lilibet, that wounds can heal, that truth matters, and that love wins every single time. So, as we watch this unfold, let's continue to stand strong behind Harry and Meghan. Let's celebrate their courage, their unwavering love for each other, and their commitment to rewriting the narrative. Prince Harry and King Charles's aides meet for first time in apparent olive branch move amid royal rift. Senior aides for the father and son met in London for informal talks, signalling the first real effort toward healing years of royal family tensions. Senior aides for Prince Harry and King Charles met in London, signalling the first real step toward healing the royal family rift. The informal talks, seen as an olive branch, opened a channel of communication for the first time in years. The meeting comes after Harry expressed hope for reconciliation in a recent BBC interview. In the strongest sign yet that Prince Harry and King Charles may be inching toward reconciliation, senior aides from both sides held a quiet meeting in London last week. An apparent olive branch after years of estrangement. Meredith Maines, the Duke of Sussex's Chief of Staff and Communications Director, flew in from Montecito and was photographed meeting with Tobin Andrea, King Charles's Communications Secretary, on Wednesday, July 9th. Also present was Liam Maguire, who oversees UK press for Harry and his wife Meghan Markle. The Mail on Sunday was first to report the behind-the-scenes gathering. The informal talks, held at the Royal Overseas League, a private members' club just minutes from Clarence House, reportedly involved no formal agenda, but offered a rare opportunity for both sides to open a channel of communication for the first time in years, a source told the outlet. There were things both sides wanted to talk about. The source said the meeting was only the first step towards reconciliation between Harry and his father, but at least it is a step in the right direction. While there's a long road ahead, the source told the Mail on Sunday, everyone just wants to move on and move forward now. It was finally the right time for the two sides to talk. People understands that Mains's visit to London was officially part of her routine duties. As Chief Communications Officer to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, she was in town to meet with the UK-based communications team, media contacts, stakeholders and senior figures connected to the Duke's patronages. The trip was part of ongoing planning and engagement. Buckingham Palace and a spokesperson for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex declined to comment when reached by People. The meeting comes just weeks after Harry told the BBC that the door to reconciliation remains open. "I would love reconciliation with my family. There's no point in continuing to fight anymore," he said. The royal family's rift first became public in 2020 when the Duke and Duchess of Sussex stepped back from their royal roles. The rift deepened with bombshell interviews, their Netflix docuseries and Harry's best-selling memoir, Spare Harry, has publicly voiced grievances about how the couple was treated during their time as senior working royals, citing issues around press intrusion, family tensions, and the toll on their mental health. While the road to reconciliation may be long, the Quiet London Summit suggests a shared interest in at least starting the conversation. Family, as always, I want to hear from you. What do you think about this olive branch moment? Do you believe Charles is ready to truly embrace Harry and Meghan back into his life? Do you think the institution will step aside and let father and son reconnect without interference? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one of them. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our updates. If you love the work we're doing here on the Royal Sussex Squad, if you believe in celebrating Harry and Meghan's truth, and if you want to support independent commentary that refuses to bow to tabloid trash, consider showing your love with a super thanks. Every contribution helps us keep shining light on the real stories, the stories the mainstream refuses to tell. Thank you, family, for always showing up with love and positivity. Together, we are rewriting the narrative and standing up for what's right. Until next time, keep shining, keep supporting each other, and remember, love always wins. I'll see you in the next video.